Okay, so I accidentally deleted the script for this video. I was trying to free up storage space in my Google Drive, so I'm kind of having to do this off the cuff, so if I stutter a lot, I apologize in advance. Hello, I am Zachary Flowers, also known as the guy who pisses off North Korean government drones. And today, I'll be talking about the red stain and why I think it should be just shafted completely. Like, obliterated from existence, no records of it ever. The red stain is basically a light that emanates in front of the killer, only visible to survivors, that basically indicates the place in which they're looking. Like, for example, if I'm playing huntress and I'm like aiming a hatchet right at you and chase, you can look behind me and see that, like, just by the red stain, it's me, that I'm right there. I'm about to rail you. There's nothing you can do about it. And they have a couple, like, very, very big reasons why this minute thing in Dead by Daylight, it's gotta go. Like, it's just gotta be out of here. Like, just gone. Alright, so, reason one. It's outdated as shit. It's been in the game basically since, like, the beginning. With, like, all the infinite loops, all the, sprint bursts that cooled down while you were running in the chase. So, basically, killers only have 40 seconds to catch up to you. You could permanently sabotage hooks. Map design was altogether shit. Goofy, run animations. Pallet vacuums. Always fast vaults when running. Just so on and so forth. I get that age doesn't necessarily mean that something's bad. I mean, the hag's pretty much gone, like, unchanged for, like, a while, minus the recent, like, flashlight interaction removal. But she's still pretty damn nice killer. Like, probably, like, mid-A tier, in my opinion. But whereas the hag has aged like the design of the wheel, the red stain has aged like the fucking milk that you keep in the bunker under your house. It was constructed using fucking plywood. Alright, reason number two, the more tangible one. It gives survivors way too much of a sensory safety net, and in turn gives them just way more of an advantage than is necessary. In an asymmetrical 1v4 game, the 1 needs to be stronger than the 4, like, separately. This is why the controversial bloodlust mechanic exists, to basically help push killers more into the direction of being stronger than one of the 4 individually, thus helping to fulfill the entire point of a 1v4. The existence of the red stain holds the killer back from this 1v4 vision more than one would think. For starters, it gives survivors, like, way too much of an easy early warning, when they should only, like, have to use their, like, eyes and ears in most cases. It's basically pretty much a glaring red stop sign that just screams, hey, don't go in that direction. Like, whereas they could just use their eyes and ears to get that information, but the red stain just kind of creates this, like, complacency that, like, you just don't need any higher, like, sensory, like, perception to do well in chases at all. I'm not saying the red stain puts, like, survivors on easy mode, no. I'm just saying it's a bit too much of an advantage to have in, like, the vast majority of scenarios. Because of this early warning, it pretty much makes the strong loops, like, infinitely stronger. Killer Shack would be bad enough of a loop to deal with if it weren't for the damn red stain. Like, if on the Killer Shack windows, that like, I'm talking about the boarded windows, not the like window vault. The Killer Shack boarded windows, it's very easy to see like the red stain like leaking through these windows. This pretty much like very much negatively impacts all killers, like not even just the M1 killers and the 4.0 killers. It even impacts like killers like Blight. Nurse, not so much. She's a different beast, but the point stands. It's just kind of a shitstorm to deal with. But Zachary, you can just like look at walls to hide the red stain. Like, it's not like that. Having to look at walls because of a mechanic that shouldn't even exist in the first place, it's fucking stupid, and you know it. Plus, looking at walls or like facing a different direction to hide red stain doesn't even work on some loops because of like like I said, holes in like the infrastructure, like a Killer Shack and other loops in the game. And in some cases, it can even bleed through the bottom of walls, even if they don't have any visible like tiny sight lines. So that makes that kind of useless in those scenarios. Again, even like half-decent survivors should only need their eyes and their ears to basically like get all the information they need in a chase. Red stain just gives them like a lifetime of unlimited McDonald's Big Macs and shit. But Zachary, it's needed for accessibility for people with like who are hard of hearing or have not good eyesight. Then that's something that should be tackled separately, and not in a way that gives every other survivor that doesn't like suffer from those a humongous fucking advantage. For hard of hearing, just put in like visual sound and stuff like that, like visualized breathing and like visualized footsteps. And for those whose eyesight is not the greatest, like make the killer like highlighted in white, like similar to like survivors from the Dredge's point of view during Nightfall. Zach, why do you care about this minute shit when stuff like Made for This and Sprint Burst exist? Because everything I just said about the red stain makes going up against those perks a lot worse than it should be. Next. Zach, it's a party game. It's meant to have broken stuff. That's what makes it fun. Bro, shut the actual fuck up and don't make me tap the fucking sign, man. Just get your ass on out of here, come on. And now, reason number 3. It makes just about every single problem that killer mains have with how the game feels right now, like, exponentially worse. I already mentioned how it makes chases around, like, especially around, like, stronger loops, like, more difficult than they need to be, but, like, and how, like, exhaustion perks benefit from it, but it basically accentuates all other aspects, like, that killer mains take issue with. This includes, but is not limited to, complete ass map design, generators going far too fast, which is admittedly they have been improving in recent times. That bastarding fucking crouch tech that killers like Demo, Blight, and Billy have to deal with, making killers that are already hard to play even more of a ball ache to play. This one is more of an issue for survivors, but some killers feeling the need to like run a bit more gen perks than they normally would. Like, run at least one gen perk to help them stay consistent. Another more survivor kind of issue, but killers feeling the need to camp and tunnel more to stay consistent, even though that's not really the reality, but for a good chunk of killers it feels like it is. That those complete, utter bullshit infinites at the damn Shelter Woods main building that makes it even worse for Huntress and other 4.4s than it already is. when Dead Hard was in its prime, holy shit did the red stain make it bad. Lower tier killers, especially M1s such as Michael Myers, suffer the worst from it. And more on Myers, his stock ability is a little bit hindered by the red stain, not gonna lie. And quite a bit more. Yeah, so that's pretty much why the red stain has got to go. Yep, Behavior have been doing this thing recently where they're trying to modernize Dead by Daylight, and if they're still trying to do that, I think this is where they should go next. Because, honestly, it's just overstayed. It's, like, already, like, bitter welcome. Like, bro, why do we still have, like, this red stain shit that makes Bloodlust an already, like, hotly debated about mechanic a necessary evil in some cases for some killers? I have Sadako as my secondary main, and her passive phasing shit after remanifesting is just about the only thing keeping her from having nothing to her name in Chase. If it weren't for her passive phasing, making her red stain disappear as well when she, like, phases out, that passive phasing would have been useless as shit, let's be real here. And then again, you can still play around her passive phasing in Chase with your eyes and your fucking ears. Like, the red stain is not needed for any survivor. Eyes and ears. And, before those survivor mans come into my comment section and say I'm just a man. I've been playing a ton of Survivor recently, and, like, yeah, from what I've seen, the red stain, it just needs to go. It's not necessary too much of a free advantage. It's just gotta go. Also, if you're one of those Survivor mains, get the fuck off my page, man. This shit ain't for you. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I have been Zachary Flowers. Go ahead and follow my Twitch. Go ahead and follow my socials, like my Instagram and my Twitter, and also my Threads, which that platform kind of fell the fuck off, but follow me there anyway. It's a gay old time. Like this video if it was to your liking. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more shit like this. Comment your thoughts down below, or don't. I don't care either way. Especially if you don't agree with every word that I've said in this video. And, yeah, with that, I am heading out, and to summarize, I'm not a bad killer, man, I swear!